Hey everyone, and welcome to Convos with Cunningham today. I'm Jeff Cunningham, joined by Finley Watkins, who is an Elvis tribute artist. And Finley, thanks for coming in. Finley's from Bernie.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks
you
for
bet.
having me.
I wore a shirt that I thought young Elvis might wear.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
I thought I'd ask you about that, but
That's nice.
Finley just did a show at the arena, the AC Brazi Arena building the other night as Elvis. And we had a shot of it on the news, and we were like, man, look at this guy. He's killing it. He's gyrating, he's doing all this stuff. And so we thought we would, it might be interesting to have you in and see, get your take on how you got into this kind of a show and ask you some questions and things like that. So
Of course,
you cool with
yeah.
all that?
Of course, yeah.
So tell us how you got started. I know, I think I heard that you've been, how old are you now? You're 19, right?
No, I'm 17. I'll be turning 18 in about a week.
Well, I'm sorry, 17,
Yeah.
but you've been a tribute artist for a long
Yes,
time, right?
Yeah, since I was 4 years old. That's when I first started.
So how did it get started for a 4-year-old who's,
Yeah. So music's already in my family. But I saw a billboard of Elvis whenever we was passing through Memphis on a family vacation. And I asked my mom who it was. I went home and looked him up, and I fell in love with the music. I really did, even as a young guy. And I just wanted to be like him.
Yeah.
And so I discovered that the Elvis tribute community was a thing. So I went to my first, they had these youth Elvis contests. So there's a couple other of us out there that were young guys. And I took second place in that when I was 6 years old, and I was hooked ever since.
That's awesome. So was that at that point where you starting to dress as Elvis and you started getting some of the clothes?
Yeah.
And what was some of the first things you got? Did you get the jumpsuit first? Or
Well, yeah, first I started with the Halloween costume jumpsuit.
Right.
And also I'm naturally blonde-headed, so I have
okay.
blonde hair. But then dyed the hair black. I got some professional costumes made. I got more of the 50s Elvis. I had the pink jacket and the white tie and all that good stuff.
Right.
And yeah, it just all went from there.
I noticed the other night when you were doing your performance that you had the gold jacket,
Yeah.
which that's kind of a famous look as well.
Yeah. He actually wore a very similar jacket whenever he played at the arena in '55. So
That was interesting. And we talked on the phone the other day too. We know I know that there were some people that you talked to the other night who were at the original
That's right.
concert
That's right.
71
Isn't that
years
awesome?
ago. Yeah, that is awesome.
That's awesome. For
What
sure.
did they tell you anything that you can use in your performances going forward?
Well, I had a lot of nice compliments from those people, and that's always such a big honor whenever I'm traveling around the country and different people tell me they saw Elvis, and I did something here or there that reminded them of what they saw and brought back those memories. That's always really special.
So you did 2 performances just this week, because I know you performed at Homecomers last night in Jackson,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
And you did that tribute, which was the Blues Route 61,
Yes.
the Blues Highway, and then the Elvis anniversary of being at the arena building. And then, but you've traveled a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Doing this.
Yeah,
Tell people about that.
Yeah, just this summer we've been to Florida, Ocala, Florida, for the Elvis Summer Festival. They have the Elvis festivals around the country and some internationally as well, which is they get maybe 10 to 12 of the best Elvis guys around the country, around the world together. And I'm honored to be a part of several of those events every year. So I get to travel all over doing that, and it's a great time.
How do you get rated as one of the best Elvis, tribute artists?
Well, just kind of based on how much you're hired and everything. And but once you turn 18, they have something called the Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist Contest. And so you have to win a preliminary to get there. And since I'll be 18 by August, they hold that in Memphis for Elvis Week. And I'm actually the youngest to ever qualify. So this August, I'll be heading to compete against 20 of the best from around the world as well.
Well, that's cool. So do you get online and look at some of the other tribute artists and say, this guy's going to be tough to beat? Do you ever do that?
Well, a lot of them, pretty much all of them are personally my friends because we've performed and worked together at various events. So it's more just you want the best for everybody. I mean, of course, you want to win, obviously, and do the best you can. But I'm happy for everybody, and it's a brotherhood, really. So,
how many of the other tribute artists when you've been in some of these contests, are young Elvis? Because you're young Elvis, which it would be hard for you to be anything else.
Well, actually, I do all the eras of Elvis.
Do you?
Yeah, and we did at the arena building. You know, a lot of the makeup and
Yeah.
the pieces. You know, I wear the bigger sideburns are lace pieces for the later half.
Interesting.
So it's a full transformation.
Okay.
But there are some guys that just do one era. There's some guys that do just the 70s, just the 50s, and there's some that do them all. And I do all the eras. So throughout that concert, we started in the 50s, like he did in July of '55. Then we moved to '68 leather. And then Las Vegas with the jumpsuits.
Yeah, that's
So,
cool.
Yeah, we do them all.
Will you? How many outfits do you have? Elvis
Oh,
outfits.
man.
A lot.
I got 3 closets.
Really?
I got
Wow.
10 jumpsuits alone, and those are very intricate. And then with the 50s and the 60s, there's no telling. Probably hundreds of outfits.
Well, that's interesting. I just assumed because you're so young that we,
Yeah.
you know, but
Yeah.
more power to you. That's great.
Yeah,
Here's a bit of trivia for you. I was Elvis in a jumpsuit for Halloween one year
was
in
you
college.
really?
Yeah. Long
Nice.
time ago. Not as good as you, but yeah, that's cool. So,
Very nice.
you're traveling to Chicago soon, and
Yes.
what's that event going
It's
to
a
be?
private event up there that we're doing.
Cool.
So I'm headed right after this. We're going straight up there.
Oh,
then.
really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
What jumpsuit did you bring?
Oh, I brought them all.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Oh,
just
the whole
kidding.
closet full.
I'm just kidding.
How do you decide? You know,
Well, actually, I usually base my set list around. So if it's a jumpsuit he wore in 1970, then I wear a certain jumpsuit, or then I do a certain set list that kind of falls with it. And then by '72, his set list had shifted. So we keep it pretty close. I mean, obviously, you throw in some of the hits, everything that people know, but try to keep it pretty much what he did.
What is your favorite era to perform as Elvis?
Of course, I love them all, but there's nothing like putting on the jumpsuit and doing the 1970s. There's just Elvis was so cool in that time period.
Yeah.
Had so much swag,
Yeah.
and there was nothing like that.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I still remember when I was in elementary school, our music teacher, somehow we got on what was the best concert she had ever been to, and she was like, "Oh, Elvis was the best
Oh
concert."
yeah. Anybody who saw him says that pretty
Yeah.
much. Pretty much.
What is your favorite song to perform as Elvis?
That's a tough one, but probably "Suspicious Minds."
Yeah, that's a
because
good one.
The crowd gets into it. It's a great mover, and it's just iconic Elvis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
What is the hardest song to perform as Elvis?
Oh, that's a tough one because he had a lot of big power ballads that are very hard to sing. Usually the power ballads I find to be a little more difficult than the movers, even though they take a lot of energy and everything. But songs like American Trilogy.
That's a
and,
great one.
That's a great one for sure, but that's very,
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you find that after you've done a concert like the other night, do you get kind of worn out? You know, because I mean,
A
there's
little bit.
a lot of energy.
Yeah, a little bit. And
Yeah.
also depends on how long the concert is. You know, we perform anywhere from an hour to 3 hours. After a 3-hour concert, definitely get pretty worn out. And outdoors is the worst.
Yeah.
3 hours outdoors. That's what we did at Jackson last night.
Yeah.
3 hours outdoors.
3 hours?
Outdoors, 3
Yeah.
hours. That'll
Goodness.
get to you.
So the band that you had with you the other night, I wasn't there, but as I said, we had the live shot, and it's a live band.
Oh, yeah.
And so how does that work? These guys know all the songs, and do they travel
Yeah.
with you?
There's numerous already fully put together Elvis bands because there's so many Elvis tribute artist events around there. I mean, there'll be several going on at one time around the world, pretty much every weekend.
Really?
Yeah, it's a really big community.
Huh.
And I've worked with each and every one of those guys on various occasions. But I kind of piece together my own band usually whenever I do it. So it might be some of the same guys, different performances, and some different guys. And that's usually how I do it. But, you know, sometimes I just do a track show or whatever the case may be. It just kind of depends.
Interesting. So when you're traveling out of country, like you said, you're going to, would you tell me, England?
Yeah, Birmingham, England next year. That's
Next
right.
year. How does that work? Does the band travel
Yeah,
with
so
you?
that's an Elvis festival. So all the Elvis festivals, they already have hired an ETA band.
Oh, I see.
So
and
yeah,
they
that's
kind
all
of
provided,
they
and they
kinda-
know all the songs.
Yeah.
I mean, they know hundreds upon hundreds of Elvis songs. So
Do you find? Well, first off, what do you think of the movie Elvis? With
it was great.
Yeah.
They did a fantastic job. And what's even cooler is it brought a whole new generation of Elvis fans.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's
I'm totally blanking out on the actor's name. Austin Butler.
oh yeah.
Austin Butler. You know, after he did that movie, he had a hard time getting rid of
Yeah.
his Elvis voice. Do you ever find yourself in that?
Not me personally, but I do know some of my colleagues have definitely struggled with that in the past.
I just kind of talk like this all the
They get a
time.
little too in character, man.
That's funny. Well, we were talking in the newsroom earlier. I've got Little Sister in my head right now, which is
That's a great song.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
a
Do you
rockin'
do that
tune
one?
right there. I do, yeah.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Dwight Yoakam had a good version of
Yeah.
that one too. Yeah.
Well, we were talking about that too because I love the Suspicious Minds cover.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He does a good job of that one,
with
too,
Dwight
yeah.
Yoakam. All right. Well, we got some trivia questions for you.
Oh Lord.
Finley, we thought, I mean, if you're gonna travel as Elvis, you need to know some of these things. So some of these actually I didn't know, just for the record. But credit to one of our producers in the newsroom, Greg Webb. He's kind of a Elvis geek, if you
Yeah.
will,
Yeah.
or fan. We'll
Yeah.
say it that way. All right, here we go. And then I'll ask you just some of your personal opinion on stuff.
Okay.
What year did Elvis die?
1977,
Yeah.
August 16th.
Okay, you knew that one. You covered this earlier, but what was his natural hair color?
Blonde.
Yeah,
Just like mine.
Just like you.
Still blonde.
Yeah, me
Under all
too.
this dye.
Yeah, gotcha. Where was Elvis born? This is kind of a trick question.
Tupelo, Mississippi.
Technically, according to Greg, East Tupelo.
Okay.
Which was
okay, we're gonna get
annexed.
that technical. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It got annexed by Tupelo in 1946. All right.
Yeah.
Here, this is bonus if you get this one because this is pretty out there. But what was Elvis's third movie? And bonus, even more bonus points if you can name the character.
Man, this is it's Jailhouse Rock, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's great.
And
Man, look at you.
I do not know the character name though. That
Oh,
one's,
wow. I'll give you credit. I'm amazed that
know
you
it.
knew that.
Yeah.
Vince Everett was his
Yeah.
name.
Oh, I know Vince. I didn't know the last name though.
That's
Yeah,
so
Vince
funny.
is
Wow.
familiar.
That's good, man. That's real
Yeah.
good. Who played bass on Elvis's 1957 record, Baby I Don't Care?
Himself.
Yes.
Yeah, he took the bass from Bill Black because Bill Black wasn't used to the electric bass.
Man, I can't
Yeah.
stump this guy. Wow. I should have known you'd know all these things. All right. We've covered some of these here. Have you ever been to Graceland?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
As Elvis or just?
No, never
Yeah.
as a. Well, I've been hired by Graceland to do a couple events. I was actually the youngest to ever be hired by EPE to perform for them, and I've got to do some private events, some weddings and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
perform for the Navy there. Actually, that was pretty.
Really?
That was a good time.
What's your favorite part of Graceland?
Oh, the Jungle Room.
Yeah, I figured.
Jungle Room.
That is a
I
good
love
one.
The Jungle Room.
Yeah.
And knowing all the history in the Jungle Room and all the music he recorded in the Jungle Room. You know, his last couple albums were solely recorded in the Jungle Room.
Really? I did not
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, he did. He had them bring all the equipment to him. So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
What is since you seem to know a lot more than I do, which isn't a lot, but what is something about Elvis that you don't think a lot of people know?
Well, some people know this for sure, but how kind of a person he was. You know, he was so giving. If somebody said they liked something, his ring, whatever it was, he would just give it to them. He would give people in need things all the time. He loved donating to charities and everything. And what a generous guy he really was behind all the music and all the fame and all the stardom, you know.
Yeah, at Graceland, he was famous for giving away cars, and
Yeah,
at Graceland,
that's right.
that was one of my
right.
favorite parts was checking out some of the Cadillacs, Lincolns, and things.
Oh, the
he
car
had.
museum there is awesome.
Yeah, what's your
Yeah.
favorite vehicle that he drove?
Uh,
Or do you aspire to have a pink Cadillac?
I mean, the pink Cadillac's so iconic. I mean,
Yeah.
you kind of have to
Yeah.
say the pink Cadillac,
Right,
you know.
it is a good one.
But for sure.
So where is this going? I mean, you're only 17, and you're already kind of entrenched into this life and doing really well. I mean, you're going to keep doing this for the foreseeable future?
Yeah. I really am passionate about it, and there's nothing like getting to do something you love for work. You know what I mean? And getting to travel all over the country, perform the music I love, and bring people joy. There's nothing like it.
When can folks see you again locally? I know you're going to do that
Yes.
private gig in Chicago. When are you going to be being Elvis here again locally?
So on July 31st at the American Legion in Perryville, it's actually my birthday, so I'm going to be celebrating my 18th birthday as well, but we're going to be doing a a full experience there, all the eras of Elvis Presley's career at the American Legion in Perryville. And
Very cool.
My ticket information is on my website, finleywatkins.com.
I was going to ask if people are interested in getting tickets or hiring you, that's where they go.
Yeah,
huh?
finleywatkins.com has all the information you could want. So.
All right, cool. Well, Finley, thanks for coming in.
Well, I appreciate
it.
it,
was very
man.
interesting. And
Yeah.
like I said, you did a great job. I have one more question before I let you go. How do the other night when you were young Elvis and you were doing some of those moves, you know, the leg stuff. I won't try to recreate it. I would like break a hip or something. But how did you teach yourself that?
Just countless hours of watching Elvis footage and then slowing it down and getting the mirror, putting it behind you, you know, all that good stuff. And I mean, some of it comes to your own interpretation because there's only so much footage of him in the 50s. When you get into the 70s, there's a plethora of footage to watch. But yeah, it's just watching the footage, just hours and hours and hours of watching it.
Interesting. Yeah, in the 70s, he doesn't dance quite as much, does he?
No, and it's a lot more karate inspired. You know,
Yeah,
he's really into
right.
Kempo karate at the time, so
Yeah.
all of the moves are pretty inspired by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, it's fascinating. It really is. And
Yeah.
I'm glad you came in. We appreciate it. And tell folks one more time where they can find your information.
FinleyWatkins.com.
All right. That's going to do it for us, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Jeff Cunningham signing off.